Here are my top 13 Friday the 13th franchise moments. So these are the moments that stick out to me in the franchise. So, and I'm doing 13 for the Friday the 13th number, and so with that said, instead of just 3 kills, I'm adding on a 4th kill. So my top 4 kills will be on this list. So let's get started. At number 13 is Ginny using her child psychology she's majoring in on Jason in Friday the 13th Part 2. It really shows how good of a character she is. She manipulates Jason. She puts on the sweater vest and makes Jason pretend that she is his mother. So it's a really good scene, easily the best scene of the movie. So I really like it. It's a good moment. Moving on. Number 12 is Megan drives away from the cops in Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives. She's driving in her car and with Tommy in there, and she drives, and it's just such a cool scene. It's kind of like an action scene while not really being an action scene, but like it's a standout moment in the movie, and it's really cool and it's really fun with the song Hard Rock Summer playing. That's such a cool scene. Number 11 is the canoe jump scare from the original Friday the 13th. This is one of the best jump scares of all time. You have all this happy music playing, and then Jason leaps up out of the water, grabs Alice, pulls her under the water. So that's a really good jump scare. I really like it. Number 10 is the final 10 minutes of Friday the 13th Part 3. The main girl fights against Jason, so it's a bit of a more intimidating fight as opposed to the other two movies. So she has to hang Jason, she has to escape the barn, she has to run away from Jason. So it's a really cool chase, so I really like the final 10 minutes of Friday the 13th Part 3. Number 9 is Adrian's kill from Jason X. Liquid nitrogen kill. This Jason takes her, liquid nitrogen, smashes her head. That's such a cool kill, quite literally. It's just such an awesome moment in Friday the 13th. Number 8 is the Cornfield Rave Massacre. This is Friday the 13th style carnage galore. Jason just slashes a bunch of people, throws them a flaming machete, and it's such a cool scene. So I really like it. Number 7 is Trent's kill from the reboot. Jason stabs him with a machete and then impales him on to a truck, and the truck drives away. Such a cool kill, such a satisfying kill for a mean character that Trent is in the movie. Number 6 is the final 10 minutes of Jason Lives. This is a bit more of an impactful fight as opposed to Part 3, where it's Tommy Jarvis has dealt with Jason Voorhees before. He was traumatized in Part 5, and now it's like his turn to try and finally take down Jason Voorhees. So they go onto the lake. He sets the lake on fire, and then he finally chains Jason to the bottom. It's such a really cool fight. Megan gets in there, starts up the boat motor, and cracks Jason's neck. So it's really cool. It's a really great ending to the Friday the 13th franchise, if it was the end of the Friday the 13th franchise. Moving on, number 5 is Freddy vs. Jason from Freddy vs. Jason. This fight is the entire thing that the movie was leading up for. They even tried to get Freddy and Jason into a movie together in the 80s. So it was like 15, 20 years later before people could actually see Freddy vs. Jason. And it really pays off. The movie is a really good movie. That fight is really good when they're fighting each other in the dream world, and then they're at the construction site, and then ending it on the dock, and it ends with them flying through the air on fire into the lake. So it's such an awesome fight, and it's one of the best Friday the 13th moments in the franchise. Number 4 is Jack's kill from the original Friday the 13th. Arrow through the neck. Pamela Voorhees kills him. It's bloody. It's a really good kill. It's my second favorite kill. And, yeah, it's such a good moment in the original Friday the 13th. Yeah, that is one of 2 moments that you'll actually hear me really praise something in the original Friday the 13th. Canoe jump scare and Jack's kill. Those are like the 2 moments from this movie that I actually genuinely like. Number 3 is the first 20 minutes of the Friday the 13th reboot. Jason just kills everyone in there, and one guy is in a bear trap. Richie, I think it's Richie, is in a bear trap. So it's torturous. You also get some funny lines in there in the first half of that 20 minutes. So it has some funny lines, and then it is just really tense and scary for that first 20 minutes, and it really sets the brutal, bloody tone of the Friday 13th reboot. So I really like it. Number 2 is the final 15 minutes of the final chapter. The chase is all awesome when was it Trish Jarvis runs through the house and is being chased by Jason, and then Tommy Jarvis eventually has to save her, so he shaves his head and manipulates Jason with the psychology of Jason, tries to make him remember. So the chase and manipulating Jason was really cool. So I really like it. But my number 1 favorite moment of the franchise, and honestly, I kind of hate to do this because I don't want my favorite moment to be this, but my favorite moment is a kill. It's my favorite kill of the franchise, and it's Jason Voorhees' kill. Machete to the head, falls down the machete, and then Tommy Jarvis continues to whack him with the machete. So I kind of hate to put a kill as my number 1 favorite moment of the franchise, but it totally is. It's awesome. It's a great way to end the franchise. One last time, if it was the ending of the franchise. So, yeah, Jason's kill. This is like my canon ending to the Friday the 13th franchise. I will watch part 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's kind of where it stops. There's other movies that I do like, but like that's kind of like the ending I want of the franchise. So Jason's kill comes out as my number 1 favorite Friday the 13th moment. Thanks for watching. And now that we're done with this franchise, I will do another horror movie franchise. Actually, you know what? Next week, I'm going to review Evil Dead Rise, and then go back to the Evil Dead franchise. Not review those movies, but like do an updated ranking, kills, best kills, and then also add in the top 10 moments of that franchise. Then after that, I will do another big horror movie franchise in September and October, and it's specifically for October, so look out for that. So those are my top 13 Friday 13th franchise moments. Thanks for watching.